I'm Tamid. I'm a game designer specializing in technical design, and this is my specialism project, NightShift. This is a game where you play as a food delivery driver in a post-apocalyptic environment. In this game, there are zombies scattered around the map that you can either avoid or try to fight. Around the map, if you run into them, you deal damage. The faster you hit them, the more damage you deal. Also scattered around the map are the pick-up and drop-off points, represented in blue and red respectively. The first point you need to go to is the blue pick-up point, as you can see here. Once you get to the blue pick-up point, you get a progress bar that represents you picking up the order. Once you've picked up the order, you get a notification, and the order status in the top left also updates to show you that you've picked it up. The blue ghost you can see following was meant to be a last-minute addition to the game. However, unfortunately, due to a bug in nav meshes in Unreal 5.6, the feature doesn't always work as intended. Once you get to the drop-off point, similarly, you wait to drop off the order, and then you get a new pop-up telling you how long you took to pick up the order, to deliver the order, and how much you made from the order. After a few seconds, you get the next order, and you can see the status is reset. Now we're going back to the blue point. The dynamic engine sounds based on the engine speed. You can see the automated traffic in the car next to me. And you can also see the zombies again scattered around the map, always chasing. This game also features enhanced controller support. When you run into an object that causes you to slow down, your controller vibrates. If you're on a DualSense controller, a PS5 controller, the adaptive triggers are set to have higher resistance, representing the gas and brake pedals in a real car. This game also features native support for PlayStation controllers, which is something Unreal lacks out of the box and is only possible through open source plugins. As I mentioned, I'm a technical designer, so the gameplay of this game was not my main focus. My focus was more on making a tool that would allow other game designers and developers, such as level designers, to work on this game, add new features and iterate more quickly. I also added a tutorial, so when you start the game, if you're not sure how to play, you can get a brief summary on how to play, follow the car, pick up the orders, drop them off, and fight zombies. You can also see the control scheme based on your preferred controller. This game also features settings. You can adjust the graphics quality, for example, so if you're on a low-end laptop, you can set the quality to lower so it runs better. Or if you're on a better PC like I am, you can set the quality up a bit, get nicer views, but the performance is a bit lower. You can also change full screen mode, and you can also set a frame rate limit. I am on a 60Hz monitor, for example, so there's no point in running the game at 200 FPS. I can set the frame rate limit to 60 and allow my GPU to run at a slightly lower speed. Again, I can also change my preferred controller. If I set Xbox, for example, when I look at the tutorial, it gives me the Xbox layout. This game also features credits, mainly to reference the assets used in this game, such as the plugins, 3D models, and the audio you can hear. It also mentions some of the references for the algorithms. As mentioned, I made a lot of the tools for this game that would allow other designers and developers to work on this game. For example, these road splines allow can be added to any level in the game by simply spawning them along the roads. This allows the drop off and pickup points to be randomly picked from the road, but without the level designer having to manually set all of the locations where they can spawn. They simply spawn anywhere along any of these splines. It also made these zombie spawners, so similarly, a level designer could choose where it would make sense for zombies to spawn, for example from inside a building. They can scatter these as much around the map as they need. The number of spawners added to the level doesn't matter as long as there is at least one, as the game mode blueprint will handle the amount and the number of them and the speed at which to spawn them. Another tool I made was, as I mentioned, the simulated traffic. This blueprint is a static mesh that has a spline and a spline. The static mesh simply goes along the spline, so a level designer could again add as many of these as they want, following whatever path they desire, allowing them to quickly simulate traffic without having to worry about real AIs. This is also a lot easier on the resource wise, as it doesn't require simulating AI behavior. Thank you for listening.